On today's video, I got some big announcements to share, some new programs to roll out, so let's get to it.
Meow.
Hey guys, Alec here with Aphantasia Meow, and before I jump into the actual announcements and bulk of the video today, I do want to mention, we're experiencing such an interesting time with this whole COVID-19 thing across the planet, and I keep talking with people through the Discord server and calling people and stuff, and people, it's strange to think that everyone, no matter where you're at on planet Earth, almost is experiencing one of the, a similar thing right now. Most of us are locked down in the house. Most of us can't work right now. It's been really interesting. It's definitely affected my productivity a little bit. I've been less productive as I have been in past months, just because of the nature of the whole scenario. And one thing I wanted to share with you guys too, that I also shared to my friends and family on Facebook is the idea that, life is so short and we're not sure how long we have here anyway. And this, especially with a pandemic looming on the horizon of the planet. And what I encourage my friends and family to do, and I extend that encouragement to you too, is like really take this time, and I've been doing this too, really take this time to step back from our normal just autopilot routine, right? And look at life and what do we actually want life to be now and post COVID-19 experience, right? So what is it that we're working towards in life? What is it that we actually have dreams in our heart to fulfill that we haven't acted out yet? I mean, life is so short, might as well use the time we have to fully see the life that we desire come to be realized. So that being said, I hope that you guys are doing well and that your family's safe and stuff like that across the planet. Anybody that's listening to this, and without further ado, let's jump into the actual video. We're talking about mind's eye and aphantasia here. And yeah, you've probably been following the channel for a little while. So today is just an announcement video, so I'm going to try to pound through it pretty quick here. And yeah, let me just start with the first announcement. So big announcement right here. I've come up with a case study program that I'm launching now. Now, let me describe a little bit of how I came up with the idea to do this case study program and why I think it's really necessary right now. So it was maybe like, I don't know, 3-4 weeks ago that I was perusing a Facebook, aphantasia themed group, and somebody posed a question on there. And they said, hey, is there any solid evidence that we can change our aphantasia, our experience of aphantasia? Can we change this? And, reading through the comments, there were some people saying yes, some people saying no. And I was about to jump into the conversation because obviously I've been working with people that are self-described aphantasics or low spectrum visualizers for the past 2 years now and have seen a lot of success. And so I was going to jump in, but then I realized and I stopped and I thought, you know what? I don't have that much concrete evidence, just to be real. Now, of course, yes, I've worked with over 20 people individually. A bunch of others have taken the e-course. Others still have just seen my free materials and developed their mind's eye capacity just based on that stuff. However, I didn't have a study to point to. I didn't have video testimonials or somebody's actual face or experience really well documented. And that's my fault. It's just part of the process that I've been on, is just focusing on working with individuals and not necessarily gathering data as I go. And so it made me go, you know what? That's something I need to answer real quick, because my hope with this case study program is to throw a new conversation into the mix of aphantasia where we do have some solid evidence that people are able to grow their mind's eye if they start from zero, or if they're starting even a little bit above zero, maybe they can progress their mind's eye from there as well. So that being said, I'm looking for 4 specific individuals right now who are currently experiencing aphantasia. And let me talk a little bit about what is required to participate. And so the program itself is going to consist of answering questionnaires, filling out forms, doing different things like that. You're also going to have one-on-one time with me, just like my normal regular coaching sessions, where I'll be taking these individuals from zero aphantasia to breakthrough, experiencing something with the mind's eye. And maybe, experiencing full-blown mind's eye activity, that'd be awesome, but at least to break through. So first of all, you must be experiencing aphantasia as objectively as we can tell. And the way that we're going to do that, I'm going to ask you questions and stuff like that, is go to my orientation page booking, which is linked down in the description, and go to that page and select the case study interview option. It's free. We'll get to chat for an hour. And just be forewarned, I'm going to be asking pretty specific questions to try to objectively as possible tell that you actually are experiencing aphantasia, okay? Because sometimes there's some confusion around the topic and stuff like that. So I'll ask some very pointed questions. We can hash it out for an hour and figure out if you indeed, it seems that you are experiencing aphantasia. Second, those individuals must be experiencing congenital aphantasia, which means they've been experiencing it since birth. So for instance, somebody that had, a visual imagination, but then had an event in life, and then after that event doesn't experience the visual imagination anymore. I've worked with individuals like that in the past. However, for this specific program, I'm not going to be taking individuals with that experience. You must also have quite a bit of free time on your hands, time to answer questionnaires, time to take part in tests, time to do the coaching sessions, which are an hour each, and we'll do at least 4 of them for each individual. So it's going to take quite a bit of time, and I'm hoping to knock it out within the next 2 weeks. So heads up, if you're very busy lately, it's going to be hard to fit in, but we can talk about that on the call. And then lastly, you have to be okay with being in the public eye just a tiny bit. So I'm not going to share your last name. I'm not going to share your phone number, your address, or anything like that. But your first name on a first name basis will be shared. And then the data that I gather from our sessions, portions of the sessions themselves are going to be shared publicly and different things like that. So if you have any questions about that, just bring them to the call and we can talk about them on the call. Okay, so that's announcement number 1, the case study program. Again, the link to book a call with me to interview for the case study is down in the description. So jump down there and grab a call with me and we'll chat. All right, now for announcement number 2. So I did this quiet relaunch of my e-course back in February. I didn't really make it very loud or public that I was relaunching it. And I just announced it to my newsletter and that was it. I just wanted to see how it went, see who ended up doing it, and see what the response was. And so far, the response has been fantastic. And so that being said, the e-course is now live on my website. You can go on there, you can jump in there. If you want access to my specific exercises I've developed, they're in the e-course, at least some of them, the ones that you can do on your own. Just a heads up, I'll forewarn you about the e-course format. If you think that you like working better one-on-one with somebody and you're bouncing off and you're really learning the steps like in a more personal way, the e-course isn't a great fit. However, there are 2 versions of the e-course that are live right now. So version 1.1 does not come with coaching. It's just video lessons, just digital resources, and you work through it at your own pace. Version 1.2 does have coaching attached to it. So you get 2 hours with me as well as all the digital assets and stuff like that. Now, here's another thing about the e-course. I originally launched the prices for these 2 versions of the e-course. The lower one, 1.1, without the coaching was $99. And then the 1.2 was $300. But I recognize with the global situation, the coronavirus happening right now, that's going to be not something that even I'm comfortable asking for people to pay that right now. So I'm going to do a fire sale until America goes back to work. So right now, most of America is kind of on semi-lockdown. We're not really, a lot of us are not working right now and stuff like that. The prices are way lower than they normally are for the e-courses, but also way lower than anything that I've ever charged for actually in the past 2 years of doing this. So it's my lowest price ever. And I felt strongly that trying to empathize with the globe and where people are at and what people are dealing with right now is really important. So that's it. That's it. Announcements, case study. If you're interested in doing the case study, make sure you grab that conversation with me, the interview, and we'll jump on a call together and see if you're a good fit. And then from there, I'll be launching with 4 specific students, like I said, most likely getting started early here in the month of April. And then we'll be doing this case study program through April. So you can expect the results and stuff like that to be talked about near the end of April. And so again, my real hope for that is that we can create ripples in the conversation around aphantasia, getting some solid evidence that the mind's eye is actually an experience that can be shifted and can be changed, whether you're starting from aphantasia or not. And that's pretty much it. So if you know of anybody that might want to take part in the case study, share this video with them, let them know that I'm running this sort of thing. And other than that, if you like and subscribe, that's awesome for the channel. And we'll be coming out with some interesting details about how these case studies go in the month of April. So chat with you guys soon. All right, bye.